Hey everybody, how's it going? You guys know me. This is Pillar to Post, and I, as always, am the Boogie Woogie Daddy, Pete Wall. Hope you guys can hear me just fine. Sometimes the sound likes to mess with me a little bit. So give me a shout out and say, hey, it's all good. I'll wait for confirmation and then we'll go. The only place you're going to see a, guy smoking in the news room. We can hear you. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. I could have put my own sound on just for a test, but who cares? Ladies and gentlemen, I started this show just for a simple reason. I've got 3 foundations that I'm representing. I want to raise money for. Very important to me because it's very close and near and dear to my heart because I've got a lot of family struggling with a lot of these issues, as well as friends and as well as family members of you guys. So I worked with some artists, and they were kind enough to allow me to use some of their artwork for these designs. You guys have seen me post them inside the Skype chat, but a lot of the other subscribers here have not seen those designs because they don't have the Skype or whatever. So I figured do a little show showing off a couple of designs I've done for Pillar to Post here, and go from there. So we're going to start off with the new shit. Here we go. Let's not do that, okay? We're going to have some issues here. Here we go. Let's see if this will work. There we go. That is the new Renegade Wrestling Organization design. This is just for the show itself, and if you guys are interested in getting some merch, Touched by Fire, Born a Battle, Renegade Wrestling Organization. This has nothing to do with the foundations, but it was one I just finished today. So got my handprint and I went and added some flames to it, and it looks pretty freaking wild. I like it. And then let's see if this will work this time. Here, you know what? Let's take that down. Let's take that down. Getting used to doing this, so I do apologize. So this is the first one. This one is representing, I believe it was breast cancer. Now these links can be found in the description below. Actually, no, this is not for breast cancer. This is for the Heart and Stroke. I do apologize. Heart and Stroke Foundation, representing them and trying to raise money for them. Everyone knows, everyone's got a lot of history with heart problems or strokes in their families. My dad suffered through 2 major heart attacks and I believe 4 strokes. His first stroke hit him at the age of 21 and pretty well put him through a lot of hell for the rest of his life. That was the first one. And then, you know, heart attacks and stuff followed as he got older. And so it's something that's very close to me. Really want to represent that. And let's see, this one is... So like I said, these links can be found in the description below. You want to help support these foundations, buy a t-shirt. Half the proceeds go to them. $1 from each purchase goes to the artists that have helped me put these together. And the $1 I get, I'm going to actually be throwing that back in the foundation as well. I go in and out a lot, says Wild-Eyed Yeti. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, just because I am not used to using these programs. Let's see if this is going to be the right one. There we go. This one is for breast cancer, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I added a theme to each of them. I wanted a hot rod in there to represent the guy aspect of it. And you know what? Guys love beautiful women as well. So this is supporting breast cancer, and I've talked to a few of the of my subscribers now that have let me know that their family has a long history with breast cancer, and some are survivors. That is pretty cool to hear, so I wanted to do something special for that. And once again, working with some artists to put this together. I love it. And, you know, and the women, they're loosely representing the women of Renegade Wrestling Organization. So I think that's pretty damn cool. Also, that link can be found in there. Like I said, same as the last one, half the proceeds go towards the Breast Cancer Foundation. $1 from each design goes to putting it together and throwing it to the artist, and the $1 that I would receive also going back into the foundation. So another good cause, breast cancer awareness. You know, to me, they have certain days, certain months where it's, you know, breast cancer awareness, and that, it shouldn't be like that. If people want to get involved, they should be able to get involved whenever they please. Thank you very much, Cowboy John. I'll hit you guys up in a little bit in the chat and talk with you guys a little bit. You know, it's something that, you know, you throw something together, a piece of artwork and something like that, put it out there in the world, and, you know, see if there are other like-minded people as well. I will be purchasing a t-shirt or a design for each of these t-shirts myself just to do that. I've already donated to each of these as well. So, you know, just my way of giving back and supporting good causes that really need to be supported. And then my final one, this one representing the Mental Health Foundation. I've got a lot of family with either debilitating mental issues. I've been through a hell of a lot since my accident, suffered from brain injury, and took many, many years to come back from that. And so I wanted to get involved with this. And mental health isn't just about brain injuries or being born with a handicap. It's people struggling with, you know, with regular, like, day-to-day things, depression, anxiety, stuff like that. And this is all going for that. So, you know, it's a really good cause. I've got many friends that deal with mental health issues as well as family, like I said. I've got an uncle that's really bad off. He's in a home, and he suffered a seizure at a very young age that basically mucked up his brain. So, thank you very much, Mrs. U-Taker. So, like, this one just representing those people that are struggling out there. And you know what? All three of them. There's a lot of people struggling out there. I want to do something special for them. But I also wanted to represent the women of RWO, as well as, you know, throwing a little bit of hot rod in there, you know. It's that way it's more appealing to guys as well if they want to get it. They've got something that represents the Renegade women as well as the hot rod lifestyle. How's it going, Blade Charge? Feck, how's it going? Send it my way, Feck. I will check it out. Still waiting for you to hit me up about the last designs you requested. So, yes, those are the 3 designs plus the new Renegade Wrestling Organization design. And, you know, just a way to contribute to good causes and put something out there, you know, something positive out there. Yes, I'm very well versed in depression and anxiety as well, Mrs. U-Taker. I've actually been able to get a good grasp of my issues by using YouTube and doing what I do on YouTube. I still struggle a lot. There's a lot of days where everything just kind of piles on, and it just feels like you're being crushed under the weight of everything. And, you know, good deal for me is I've got great family to support me, as well as some really good friends, and you guys have helped me out in the chat a lot as well. You know, you guys see me when I'm struggling, when there's something that's weighing me down to the point where it's just I can't deal with it, and you guys have been there to help me out of it and put me back on track, so I love it. Autism, yes, autism can be a bitch, you know, and that works right along with the Mental Health Foundation as well. So, you know, it's all there. So, you know, just another way of giving back to the community and good foundations, stuff like that. You guys want to get involved as well, They are up there. I've got the links there in the description. Yes, the date here is wrong, and that's because I always forget that when I do a live stream with OBS, I've got to change the date in the live stream area, and I didn't go to that section, so I'll just clean that up when it's done re-uploading. Thank you very much, Mrs. U-Taker. Greatly appreciated. So, other than that, you guys seen a little bit of different things going on this week. Leaning Towards Death, I believe, is on Blaze Radio today. That will be, I believe he said around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Not sure. But Doug Bishop also doing a show. So there's a couple of shows going on today, as well as, I think, around, I don't know what time, HWA is throwing their 6-hour extravaganza going on as well. I believe that does as well. I've got family that deal with that too, and it is counted as a mental disability, fetal alcohol syndrome. So I believe it does FEC. I believe so. So those are the 3 designs, folks. I'm going to be doing a late show after the WWE pay-per-view Elimination Chamber. I want to check it out. So I'm going to watch the pay-per-view tonight. After that, I'm going to do a live show, and it's going to be RWO versus ROW. I've already got the match card set up. There's going to be 7 matches, and going to have a good fun with it. Kip Hayes' guy, Enoch, has challenged Yeti for a battle. We've got also Silver Bullet and Almar Wolf going to settle some issues in the ring as well today. We've got some women action as always. We've got a 30-man Royal Rumble, and it's 15 RWO competitors, 15 that are RWO. So it's going to be a clash to see which one of these shows is going to reign supreme tonight. So that's going to happen after the Elimination Chamber, and we're going to have some fun with that. I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. I'm going to be outside for a little bit today, working more on the Polara project, which is a 1968 Dodge Polara, my son's car, and going to be getting it ready for the console build. So I'm doing the templates now for it, and that's going to be shown on the channel as well. I like to add that in a little bit for the car guys out there, the gearheads, and me, I'm a big fan of cars, and this channel just would not be, it wouldn't be me if I didn't throw the project in every now and then like I have in the past. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a live review of the Elimination Chamber. I'm contemplating it. I don't know if it'll just be me or if it will be others involved. It might happen. But, you know, I might just sit here and just watch it and give a reaction to it in a recorded video and upload it later on. I haven't decided yet. But, you know, should be interesting. Let's see how the Women's Elimination Chamber turns out. You know, get on to WWE topics. So, you know, it's, but the Polara project, getting back to that, it is right now we're working on the console for between the rear bucket seats, and it's going to be the subwoofer section of the console. And then later on, we're going to be adding the console in itself, and it's going to be running from the very back dashboard, which me and my son already designed. I'm going to have to redo it because it was my first time working with fiberglass, and I forgot to do some things, and it bubbled where it shouldn't have. So we're going to redo that, but that's later down the road. It's good enough for now. And the console is going to run from the rear dash all the way up to the front dash, connect with it. And then later on during the years, we're going to customize the front dash, change the whole look of it. Thank you very much, Kip Hayes. I love working on cars. I've been working on cars since I was 14, 13 years old with my dad. You know, it was something that we bonded over and had some big fights over, as well as had great times with. How do I feel about Ray going to New Japan and Emma going to Ring of Honor? I think Emma going to Ring of Honor was a good thing. They were misusing her in WWE. I think Rey Mysterio in New Japan is also a good thing. He is talking about coming back to Jesus Christ, WWE as well. Thank you very much, 360 Man. He is talking about coming back to WWE after his run in New Japan, so I still dig it. Bliss retains, Finn wins, and the rest of the matches don't care about, says Feck. You know what? I'd be surprised if they let Finn win, and I'll be shocked if they allow Bliss to win. But we'll see. We'll see, you know? I didn't do a prediction show. I didn't feel the need to. It's just, you know, I don't watch enough of WWE anymore to really do those kind of things. I want to slowly get more involved with the review shows. It adds revenue to the channel, and you know, gets monetized and stuff like that, and ads get put on, and it does help me with things I want to do for the future of this show, because there's eventually going to be times where I want to go to a live WWE show when it's here in Canada, Toronto or London, and do a live podcast while I'm there in the arena. So that's something I want to do. So I got to get more involved with wrestling again, and start doing the reviews again, and start getting this channel earning some money. Because as you guys know, this channel doesn't earn money because doing the WWE 2K18 thing is classified as extreme violence. We are supporting violence with wrestling. And here I thought wrestling was a way for people to band together and enjoy a good show. Savita Singh, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Just showed everyone, you might want to watch the replay later on, 3 designs for really good causes: breast cancer, as well as mental health issues, the Mental Health Foundation, and the Heart and Stroke Foundation. So you want to get involved. Those links are in the description below. You can order t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, pillows, wall tapestries, posters, you name it, they've got it. Cell phone cases. It's an awesome little deal. I wish they had a little bit more that you could choose from, but maybe down the line they add more things. But TeePublic's not a bad place. Pretty cheap deals. They've got a lot of sales right now. So I believe there's a $14 sale going this weekend, I think for the next week. So you guys want to take advantage of that sale. Like I said, all those proceeds, except for $1 from each design, go to these foundations, as well as there are like probably 90 other designs I've thrown in there for RWO, as well as Hot Rod stuff. So like you can get a coffee mug. Let me bring up my my OBS so I can see what I'm doing. Here we go. So you can get a coffee mug. This is on my TeePublic store. This one arrived broken. Oh, really messing up there. But that is a GTO Judge. And I put on there, be judged by muscle. This is a design I created myself. There are others. There is a in 67 Impala as well. Designed it off of the show Supernatural. My son is a diehard fan of Supernatural, as well as the Impalas, so that design is up there, as well as a 69 Dodge Charger. There's more coming for the gearheads out there. You know, takes time to draw all this shit up, and takes time to throw it all together, but always trying to bring something different to the table. Also, Monday, I'm going to try and do a double header. In the afternoon, we're going to be doing some UFC, featuring you guys from the chat. We're going to try and get as many guys in there as possible. We want to get women involved as well. I'll probably do maybe 4 women today before the pay-per-view starts. I like Pillar to Post, RWO, Ring of Honor, and Booker T show leaning towards death. Wrestling, those are my favorites. And ECW, WWE is poo-poo. Yes, it is. Kip Hayes. But, who did you put on the picture you have on the screen? And my sister is also a big fan of Supernatural. You know what? All these characters are loosely, like I asked them for women that loosely represented some of the women of RWO. So when I seen the chick with the black hair, the ponytails, the goth-looking little design there standing beside the car, I kind of pictured Evie Bloodyard. The chick sitting on top of the cart, I kind of, was looking at it. Possibly Raven, possibly, one of the other blondes in there. The girl standing behind the car, though, that one I chose to represent Nadine because it is of a teen girl, a young girl, so I chose that to represent her character. It's just, a loose kind of deal with what they look like and stuff like that. I'm going to bring up the other designs again to kind of show those off. There was one in here I chose to represent Raven, and I believe... Okay, this was the first one for representing breast cancer. No, she's not on this one. But it's, just kind of a loose tribute to the women. So you guys decide who they represent. But the chick right here on the bottom, the white hair, the teal dress, she's actually holding a raven in her hand. So that one is like, oh, that perfectly represents Raven. She's also got the raven in her hand. The chick sitting up on the car, I figured, you know what, kind of She-Hulk chick, stuff like that. Hot Cheese sitting by the grill. Bubs, the one with the torn jeans on her knees. That's kind of the way I went. It's... Raven would be the one on top of a car. Well, no, I wanted that one with the Raven to represent her. Vince McMahon was scared about WCW because he knows WCW is going to be great. Well, you know what? WCW started flopping and dropping the ball big time because they were too worried about paying these big contracts out to get these old WWE stars. And the politics in the back were also fucking things up. Hey, how's it going? Bombpop Overdrive. Mark from Bombpop Overdrive joined us as well. Seen Blaze McCoy in there earlier. So many people in here. Wrestling Mama, Blade Charge. I could not quite understand you, Wrestling Mama. I could those women in the ones that are there. But, yeah, so, like I said, I'll go through them again. This design representing the Heart and Stroke Foundation. It's a really just cause. I love it. Representing the women of RWO and a little hot rod enthusiast in there as well. So, we've got that one, and bring that one down. Bring the breast cancer one back up. This one representing breast cancer. The links are in the description below. Yes, the date is wrong on the video, but I'll change that when I go back to it. And, oh, okay. Bring this one down. And the final one, like I said, representing Mental Health Foundation. So, like I said, 3/4 of the proceeds go to the foundations. $1 goes to the artists that got involved, helped me out with this stuff. I hope you guys enjoy the designs. Hope you guys get involved, want to support these good causes. And, like I said, I'm not keeping anything out of it. $1 goes to the artists, and my cut, the $1 that I would receive from the purchase, goes back to the foundation as well. My way of giving back. And like I said at the top of the show, I've already donated to these causes already. It's just a way to get more people involved with these great causes. Not a problem. Bombpop Overdrive, like I told everyone earlier, I've got a lot of friends that have mental health issues. I've got a lot of family with that. I dealt with it. I still deal with it. There's times I wake up in the morning where I don't know where I am. I don't know the people around me. And those are my bad days. And it freaks you out when your wife is standing right in front of you asking what's wrong and you don't know who she is. And then there's the depression, there's the anxieties, there's all this stuff that compounds and piles on and really messes you up, and so I thought it was a nice, worthy cause because There's so many people out there struggling. You know, cancer, you know what? I don't even, you know, I didn't even want to base it just on breast cancer alone, the first design. But, you know, it is a cause that is specific for women, and I really wanted to give a big push for those, a foundation that represented women. And lo and behold, without me knowing, I did find out men can also get breast cancer. So I didn't know that earlier. I found out today. So it's a good cause for men and women. Not a problem there, Bombpop, Mark. I just hope they don't fuck him up in NXT and WWE. Just let him come in. Oh, okay, you're going on. Okay. Yeah, so great causes to go for. Like I said, Heart and Stroke, Mental Health Foundation, as well as Breast Cancer Foundation. Those links are in the description. I'm going to check just to make sure, because I know for a fact I did add that. And it did not update. But the merch page is up, I believe. Why would it not update? Well, I will have those links for you shortly. You know what? I'm here live, so I might as well do it. And then I go and hit the YouTube link. Really smart, Pete. Really showing your professionalism, man. Okay, so popping these links in here right now, since it did not update on the channel itself. So there is the one for mental health, the Mental Health Foundation. This one is for the Heart and Stroke Foundation. No one's more professional than the bodacious Canadian boss. And finally, the breast cancer one coming your way shortly. It was very awesome that these artists wanted to get involved with this project. Gave me enough women to represent enough of the women of RWO. I hope the women dig it, and I hope the causes are just enough for you guys to get involved. There we go. There is the Breast Cancer Foundation design. So all those up there. Fuck, it pays. Wow. Oh, I missed Yeti coming in. Sorry to hear that, Wild-Eyed Yeti. It's a tough life. A lot of people struggling out there, and it's very sad when we lose those people closest to us. And finally, the one I showed earlier on, the RWO design, Touched by Fire, Born to Battle. That one on here as well. The final design I showed earlier on today. I actually bring that one back up on the screen as well. There we go. Doesn't show very clearly since I've got the background up there, but it's all good. It's all good. Hey, Hot Dog Rocks. I know I've got to get something from you soon, Pete. Wait till the tax refund shows up, and I'm going to come in strong. Not a worry, man. I'm not pushing anyone to do anything that's going to hurt their pockets. You know, that's not the reason I do this. It's my way of contributing to a positive cause and throw some positivity out there in the world. You know, me and Blaze, as well as Mark, we're very strong on that. Our channels are really based on being positive and and bringing some awareness to some issues in people's lives. You know, and it's very hard some days to actually hit that that play button, that live stream button. Very hard, even for me. You know, everyone goes through a process, I think, when they hit that broadcast button. And, you know, it's there's days where I struggle with it still. And it's when the people start filing into the chat and they start communicating, start going and doing their thing, where it really starts to pick me up, and I get to start going through my my time of clearing my mind and the fog of all the crap that, you know, builds up in my head. You know, and so many of you guys, we've talked about issues before of ourselves, our families, and you know, Mrs. Utaker, I'm very sorry to hear that. It's got to be rough. I agree, it's going to be rough. You know, my father, he passed away from cancer. My grandfather, my dad's dad, passed away from mental health issues. And my other grandfather passed away from cancer as well. My grandmother suffered from diabetes and ended up succumbing to through a heart attack in her sleep. You know, it's you know, you start thinking about it and it's like, shit, you know, you got to get away from that topic because it's really hard to deal with sometimes. And I'm not going to start blubbering like a bitch here on the channel because I'm letting shit get to me, and yeah, I don't want to do that again. So, you know, it's, you know, I've got a little brother right now. You know, he was in a very similar car accident than I was. And I'm talking about David here. And I've talked about this before, you know. He went headfirst into this guy's minivan windshield. It was a doctor that hit him. And the force that he was hit, he was holding his phone while he was walking, and it was embedded into the glass of this minivan. He was thrown over 100 feet. Still dealing with it. He's got blood vessels that still bleed inside his brain, and something that the doctors have to continuously watch to make sure it's not going to get worse. And we can't hear your voice on the video. Really? What is going on here? Can you guys hear me at all? Because I'm not getting any sound here showing that anything's working. Okay. Alright, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. You know, and he deals with a lot of the same issues I'm dealing with these days from my accident. You know, and it's hard to watch. It's hard to see because I know what he's going through. So I might do something down the line for something like that. You know, that is another reason why I did the mental health issue one, because it is something that he's going to have to deal with for the rest of his life. It's something that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. And, you know, the heart stroke, hell, man, I worry about that all the time. You know, it runs in my family, heart attacks and stuff like that. And the biggest thing is getting your life back in control. And, hey, Bad Jan, Fred Starr, how's it going? Welcome, Mark Caliber. You know, and that's something I'm looking to get into as well, getting back into a little bit of fitness as much as I can, which my body allows, and see if I can get a little bit healthier. I've cut a lot of the sugars out of my life. I drink coffee now with no sugar. I'm sticking more to ginger ale and the lemon lime sodas. If I have any sodas, that's what I drink now. Every now and then I fall back and have a cola. Not a good thing, but, you know, it happens. I smoke too much. You guys see that on the channel all the time. I smoke like a goddamn chimney. Something I've got to take care of myself. And it's a lot of just doing that kind of stuff. You know what? I want to end the stream with a little bit of a funny story, a little something I usually do for the wall experience. So, I'm going to talk to you a little bit of my experience with my father when I used to work in the shops with him, working on his cars and stuff like that. I'm 16 years old, and it's about 3 in the morning, and I'm just starting to fall asleep. He comes in my room, and he goes, "Pete, I've got an idea. You got to come out with me to the shop." And this is what he did all the time. This guy would think about stuff while he's sleeping, and it was like he dreamed about working on cars. And he'd pop up awake, he'd rush up the stairs, and it's like, "I got an idea. Let's go outside. We got to work on it right now." So 3 in the morning, we're out in the shop, and it rained, and our shop came in. You know, if it rained, it was coming in the shop like a sieve. And his idea was starting to work on a damn trailer that he could haul scrap with. And I'm already pissed. I'm half asleep. And I'm holding this bar that he's holding up for the side rack of the trailer. I'm holding it, and I'm starting to like get a little bit woozy. I'm starting to like fade a little bit. So I grab a hold of another bar. I'm not all up there. I don't realize I'm standing in a puddle of water, and my dad starts to weld, and I'm sitting there like this, man, just electrocuted my damn self. So I kind of stood there for a while and collected myself, and I don't know if anyone's experienced a little bit of an electrocution. This is running 220 power through the welder. So I don't know what that would generate as you start welding and you get electrified by it. But my dad looks at me, and we did this a lot with each other, and he starts laughing first. And he goes, "Did it hurt?" And I looked at him and was like, "You son of a bitch." And this is the way we worked. If one of us got hurt, we didn't show any pity. We didn't show any remorse. We would look at the other person and say, "Did it hurt?" Just ask him, you know, and it would be the snidest thing we could do. Like this one time, we're working on a van that he bought himself, and we were doing some repairs and noticed that there was a lot of rot in it. So I walked up and I went and kicked the side of the rocker panel. And if you guys don't know what a rocker panel is, it is the very bottom of the panel of your car, right above the doors. So I went and kicked the rocker panel. Out falls some mechanic's idea of bodywork. He crammed in dirty diapers, garbage of a variety, and packed it all in there with a shitload of Bondo. And I looked at my dad and it's like, "Do you understand what the idea of buying a car is? I thought you understood cars. I thought you knew how to check these vehicles out when you bought them." And he's looking at me and he's like, "You fucking asshole. Really?" He goes, "How am I supposed to notice when it's buried under all this goddamn Bondo?" So, you know, that was the way me and him worked, you know. It was always a lot of sarcasm, a lot of blunt verbal diarrhea in there, you know. It's attacks sometimes, you know. It's Blade Charge, you don't need to keep me from hurting myself at all. You guys do a great job of just supporting the channel and help me out on a day-to-day basis whenever I live stream, man. Yeah, it's the way me and my dad work together, you know. It's always right there with a snap comment where at first you look at the guys like, "What are you trying to do? Make me feel like shit?" And the next moment you're laughing together because it was so stupid of what you just did that it all comes off as a joke, you know. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining me today. Like I said, check out the TeePublic store. If you go to my channel, I know for sure that the links are up on the channel description. So check those links out if you guys want to get involved in these foundations, raising money for these good causes. And We're going to enjoy some RWO versus ROW matches after the Elimination Chamber. And like I said, roughly around 2 p.m., if I remember correctly, Blazed Radio going live with some leaning towards death wrestling. Should be damn interesting. I want to wish you guys a great weekend. And hell, have a good day. And if your day isn't as good as you wanted it to be, hopefully you have a better tomorrow. Peace out. I am out of here.